So we take our worst vehicles.
When the meeting begins at 5:30, members of Lackawanna City Council sitting in the back row in this Facebook video posting of a previous budget hearing will have to decide if they're going to go ahead with Mayor Iafallo's budget request and its double-digit tax levy increase, which a city spokesman says is in part because of overall inflation raising costs for city services, union contract raises, and a loss of $4.3 million in revenue, including federal COVID assistance funding, which expires at the end of the year. Something former Erie County Control Board member Ken Crewley says they should have known.
You're supposed to avoid paying for everyday expenses with those because the runtime revenues disappear. They're disappearing, but the municipalities are now paying the price for not managing that money very well.
And while the mayor says they don't want any layoffs of city employees,
the only way you really get at a situation like this is to reduce spending by cutting jobs or cutting programs or deferring maintenance, which is usually not a good idea. But they're stuck because the easy low-hanging fruit is not going to do much good for them, even if the council wants to make some tweaks to the budget.
Also interesting, the salary increases in this budget proposal for the mayor, council, and other city officials, like the city attorney, who could go from $108,000 in the 2022 budget now up to $150,000. Crowley says it actually doesn't add that much in the overall $34 million spending plan, but
I think that whatever the council does in Lackawanna, they're going to have to consider what signal they're sending to the taxpayers by what they do, not only for the department heads, but for the mayor and themselves.
Finally, voters do remember later on.
We saw evidence of that in West Seneca and Hamburg, which just went through budget problems and laid some people off, and some board members got defeated in their reelection efforts.
Now, so far, the state controller's office did not respond to my request to see if they might get involved, since they do municipal audits and watched over the city of Lockport with some of their problems in previous years. Now, Crowley says other communities might be in this situation, and he hints that a suburban town he would not identify, as it's only in preliminary discussions, could announce its own big tax hike proposal later this year. Stay tuned. On your side, Ron Plants, Channel 2 News.
All right, Ron.